What if I told you that kindness, something we've all been taught since childhood, could actually backfire? What if your kindness is the reason people are starting to disrespect you? Welcome back to the Stoic Mindset. This is where we dive deep into life's biggest questions, philosophy, personal growth, and everything in between. Today we're going to challenge everything you thought you knew about kindness. In this video, we're going to explore why sometimes being too kind can lead to disrespect, and how Stoic philosophy teaches us to find balance in our relationships without compromising our values. So, why do people sometimes disrespect us, even when we go out of our way to be kind? We'll unpack this and give you practical advice on how to avoid falling into this trap, while still staying true to your kind nature. What you'll learn in this video. 1. The surprising relationship between kindness and respect. 2. How Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius Seneca and Epictetus viewed kindness. 3. The dangers of overkindness and why it can often lead to exploitation. 4. Practical tips on how to be kind without losing respect. But before we dive in, make sure to like this video if you find it useful, subscribe for more content like this, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Alright, let's get started. So, what did ancient philosophers think about kindness? Did they think kindness was always a good thing? Let's take a moment to reflect on the Stoic perspective on kindness. Stoicism is a philosophy that focuses on emotional resilience, self-control, and the cultivation of virtue. But what about kindness? Is it a core Stoic value? The answer might surprise you. In Stoicism, kindness is seen as an important virtue, but it's not the kind of unconditional, blind kindness that we often associate with being nice. The Stoics were all about rationality, and they believed that kindness should be driven by wisdom, not simply a desire to please others. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, taught that kindness should stem from our shared humanity. But this kindness was not about being a doormat or allowing others to walk over you. It was about acting with virtue, doing what was right in each moment, not for the sake of gaining something in return. For instance, in his meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of doing good, not because you expect a reward, but because it's in line with your character. He writes, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." What does this mean? Essentially, he's saying that the best way to respond to negativity or harm is to act with kindness and integrity, but without expecting anything back. Seneca, another key Stoic philosopher, emphasized that true kindness requires wisdom. It's not about giving too much, too often, without regard for your own needs, which could lead to frustration and resentment, not respect. So, Stoicism teaches us that kindness should be a conscious, thoughtful act, not something we do blindly, or worse, something we do in hopes of getting something in return. Have you ever felt like you were being too nice to someone, only to be ignored or taken advantage of? Let's talk about why that happens. While kindness is valuable, overdoing it can actually harm your relationships. Imagine this. You're constantly helping others, offering advice, support, and resources. At first, people are grateful, but over time they start to expect it. And soon, your kindness no longer feels special. It's just expected. This is where overkindness becomes problematic. The more you give without boundaries, the more people will take without hesitation. This can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and ultimately, disrespect. When you're always there for others, doing favors, offering help, or offering your time, it can shift the dynamic in a relationship. Instead of appreciating your kindness, others begin to see you as a resource, a tool they can use at their convenience. This is a trap many people fall into. And it's not just about giving material things, it can also apply to emotional energy and time. For instance, you may feel underappreciated if you are constantly there for your friends and listen to their concerns, but they are nowhere to be found when you need assistance. People expect something from you in these situations, but you don't receive the same in return. Thus, kindness becomes a transaction. This is exactly what Seneca warned about. In one of his letters, he wrote, "The man who does good is not the one who expects something in return, but the one who understands that his goodness is its own reward." But even Seneca acknowledged that kindness must be tempered with caution. Without boundaries, it could lead to the exploitation of your time and energy. 3. The importance of setting boundaries. What's the secret to giving kindness without being taken advantage of? The answer is simple: boundaries. In order to practice kindness without losing your sense of self-respect, it's crucial to set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They're a way to protect your own well-being while still helping others. Without boundaries, kindness can be abused. Boundaries are essential because they define what you're willing to give and what you're not. They help maintain a sense of self-respect while ensuring that you're not exploited. The Stoics understood the importance of personal limits, and they taught that we should never sacrifice our own well-being for the sake of others. For example, if you're constantly helping a friend but they never offer to help you in return, you might start feeling like you're being used. Setting a boundary might look like telling them, "I'm happy to help, but I also need time for myself." This isn't about being rude. It's about maintaining your own emotional health and ensuring that kindness is mutual. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is crucial when setting boundaries. We can't control how others behave, but we can control how we respond to them. By setting clear limits, you prevent others from taking advantage of your goodwill. 4. The fine line between kindness and weakness. Can kindness ever be a sign of strength? Absolutely, but only when it's done with conviction and confidence. One of the biggest misconceptions is that kindness equals weakness. But in reality, true kindness requires immense strength. It's not about being passive or letting people walk all over you. It's about choosing to be kind, even when you don't have to be. The Stoics saw true strength in maintaining your values even when it's difficult. In fact, kindness paired with strength is one of the most powerful forces. The key is understanding that kindness is not a weakness. It's an active decision to treat others with dignity, while still maintaining your own integrity. Imagine this. You're faced with a difficult situation where someone is rude or demanding. A person who reacts with anger might seem strong in the moment, but the Stoics would argue that the true strength lies in choosing kindness, in maintaining control of your emotions, and responding with calm and dignity. Marcus Aurelius again gives us guidance here. You have to be kind to those who oppose you, but also be wise enough to understand your limits and not compromise your values. Kindness should not come at the cost of your own self-respect. 5. Practicing kindness without expectations. What if the real secret to kindness is giving without expecting anything in return? Let's explore how this changes everything. True kindness, according to Stoic philosophy, isn't about expecting a favor in return. It's about acting out of virtue, not for personal gain. By practicing kindness without expecting anything in return, you remove the potential for disappointment and frustration. When you practice kindness without expecting anything in return, you allow yourself to give freely without any strings attached. This means you're not disappointed when people don't show gratitude or reciprocate your efforts. You understand that kindness is its own reward. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have so much to give, but that we are so willing to give without question." This kind of giving creates a sense of peace because your actions aren't motivated by the desire for acknowledgement or praise. They're motivated by your inner character and values. The Stoics knew that giving because it is in line with your virtues and not because you want something in return is the greatest approach to avoid disrespect. This mental change enables you to be a force for good in the world, while practicing compassion in a way that safeguards your well-being. So there you have it. Stoic wisdom on kindness, boundaries, and respect. Kindness is a powerful virtue, but it's important to practice it wisely. Set clear boundaries, give without expecting anything in return, and always remember that kindness, when practiced with strength and wisdom, becomes an act of integrity. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the Stoic Mindset for more videos like this, and comment below with your thoughts on kindness. How do you practice it in your life? Thank you for watching, and as always, stay stoic.